Oh, I didn't change the bottom graphic. Luke, we even had this conversation. I made the graphic and then I didn't change it.
You know what? It happens to the best of us. But we are in the home stretch here. I need you to pull it together.
You
don't have to change
Someone else do the introduction while I
last
change
few
it.
games of the season. Can't hold anything back now.
Are we playing to win or playing to just get by?
We just surviving right now?
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another live episode of What the Fanboy.
That's right.
I'm Luke. This is Tyler.
That's Brett.
Brett's throwing.
I'm here.
He fixed it. Wow, that took a lot less time.
It was a very easy change.
You guys never saw that.
Absolutely.
No, I saw the whole thing.
Any of our audio listeners definitely didn't see that.
That is correct. Did you change the... Okay.
Yeah, I saved
You did change the Twitch
I changed
thing.
the Twitch notification thing. Yeah, no.
I just want to make sure.
I'm on top of about half of the things.
Dude, I travel to Austin for work tomorrow, and like I'm right there with you, man. I'm just so like out of the loop right now.
Woo!
We're just winging it.
Also winging it, Tyler. If your mic feels off, I absolutely took it apart so I could record some Foley. I used the stand. So
Yeah,
I disassembled everything and then put it back together
We'll figure it out.
this afternoon.
I think we'll be all right. I feel
hopefully-
pretty good right now. This is a pretty good spot.
See, we're fine. It's fine. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We're winging it. It's been a week.
It has been a week. It was like both an incredibly busy and I didn't get enough things done kind of a week. So that's okay.
I feel that.
It's okay. I had some wins, so I can't talk about all the wins, but I got some W's. So it feels good.
Can you talk about your losses?
I'm
Well, I got bugged, bro.
had to get back up. I had to wake up for work this morning.
Hey,
It's an L
but
everywhere.
having a job is a win.
Having a job is a win. You're right.
You can turn anything into a positive.
No.
Coach Tyler over here.
Don't
trying
go
to-
that far.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
We're here.
we're here.
As Luke mentioned, we're on the home stretch. It's getting delirious. We're getting after it. There were some trailers this week, though. I did not watch them all. I watched some, but not all of them.
I didn't watch all of them, but I know the list and I'm ready to talk about them. Luke,
Huh?
what do we got?
Well, you've watched 2/3 of this one. So
Yeah.
season 2.
Thumbs up. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for season 2 of this show.
Yeah, I mean, do we really need a trailer?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like, this is one of my favorite shows of last year?
Such a
Like 3
no,
years ago.
like 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Like
Really?
20
Don't you know how long
maybe
it takes?
22.
Don't you know how long it takes to make shows?
I think
now?
I think it was 22 and it's coming out in 25.
I thought it came out like peak COVID.
I think it was end of COVID.
2022.
Yeah.
What time of the year?
I don't know. It just says 20.
January
It was spring.
1.
It was
No.
spring. I think it was February, March.
So, yeah, I don't need a trailer for this. I'm very excited for it.
Hyped.
I think it looks awesome
Yeah.
from what I've seen of it. And
And there's like characters you haven't met yet, just in the trailer.
Yep.
There's some new coworkers, new coworker. It looks so fun.
Agreed.
I can't wait to hear about like the weird Lumen traditions this season, like the new ones.
It's so fascinating how, like, because the first season really doesn't dive into the weird. It
does.
It's there on the peripheral and right there at the end.
They
It's
just
like
discover the weird.
Yes, that's a good way of saying it. They discover the weird, and now
We're gonna learn more.
We get to,
Yeah. Excited for it. What else you got?
Wheel of Time season 3. I think I'm the only one who watches the show.
you know,
I watched this trailer over your shoulder though.
You did.
Um,
You're right here,
yeah.
breathing in
On
my
his
ear.
back, like wrapped around his neck and abdomen. I thought this looked cool. I mean, having no context for it, like I think visually it looks pretty good. And
Yeah.
does the Luke? I remember not being impressed with, at least in the trailers of like season 1, the production value. Has that gotten better? Was it a trailer problem and it actually turned out being fine?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
It feels like a show,
Yeah.
but I think they both use their budget as well as they can.
Nice. That's always good. That's always good to hear.
But like I was even telling Tyler, like in some places you're like, yep, this is a stage on a
Going a lot
for
somewhere.
a show because it's just
Right.
what we have to work with.
Yeah.
Like it. I'd say the biggest comparison just on Prime is Lord of the Rings. It feels
Yeah.
nothing like that,
Right.
but it's also kind of the reason I like it.
They also didn't spend a
doesn't-
$1 billion to get
Yeah.
the rights for it. So.
It doesn't visually look the same. It doesn't.
Which is good. I think
Like
especially
the
on
story isn't the same. The characters
on
aren't
the same streamer, you wouldn't want it to be
Yeah,
the same. So
and
And
it doesn't. And it's like out of all the fantasy shows that are out right now, none of them feel the same, and I think that's a big win for fantasy.
agreed.
Agreed.
It's something I think big budget sci-fi often struggles with is or even low budget. Like the mid budget really succeeds in being its own little, and sometimes super low budget. It can be very quirky just based on the fact that it's that low budget.
Yeah.
But I think the big fear was like after, I don't know, Lord of the Rings. I know that it was 20 years ago.
I will say after season 1,
Everyone was afraid fantasy would just
Yeah.
always feel the same.
yeah, after season 1 of Wheel of Time, I was like, that was all right. I'll watch season 2. I wasn't blown away, but I had a good time watching it. And I remember finishing season 2 and being really entertained. I
Nice.
thought it was a big step up. I also don't really remember what happened. So I'm going to need a recap, Amazon. Thank you. I watch so much stuff now, though. That's just kind of commonplace at this point.
It really is.
But, yeah, I'm really excited. I didn't write down when it comes out. I think it's pretty relatively soon. If they're giving out a...
I think it said January.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
I think.
It's a lovely time for a new show to drop.
There's a lot of
my
shows
opinion.
dropping in January this next year.
Sweet.
January is a great time for TV.
Yeah.
Cause
Bad time for movies, great time for TV.
It's cold. You don't really want to leave. Even if it is to the theater and it's 2 miles away, but it's still like...
But it's like, or I could curl up on my couch and
Yeah.
watch a movie and
just binge the crap out of something.
make some hot cocoa.
Ooh, now you're speaking my language.
Do they have hot cocoa at the theater? Surely they do. It's way overpriced and not nearly good enough for what it.
I
they
wonder if
charge,
it's in the
but-
restaurant, if you can get
Ooh,
it.
Maybe.
Because they have milkshakes.
Yeah. Dude,
But
it's
that would
been
be-
a hot minute since I've got a milkshake.
By
at
the way,
Regal.
So I
Not
went
the
and saw
one.
Interstellar this weekend.
Yeah.
And I took my Regal bucket and
Mhm.
cup, and I got to the line, and I was going to pay, and they're like, we're discontinuing these. You're not charged. So FYI,
Wait, what?
they did charge. They were just like, we're discontinuing these at the end of the year, so it's no charge. So I just got a free large popcorn and a free drink.
Good lord.
That's awesome.
They didn't
And
do
you
that-
could just
they
go in
didn't
there
do-
to leave.
They didn't do that for me when I went and saw Moana this weekend. How rude.
I don't know. It was weird, and I'm like, I got there pretty early because I didn't know if there was going to be trailers or not.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there waiting for the movie to start. And I'm just like, can I just bring it every time and not pay anything? I will not say anything, and I will gladly pay money because I have no problem paying a theater money to keep them in business.
Yeah.
But I was just like, she was just like, it's no charge. We're discontinuing these, so you don't need to worry about it. It's just like, how is this physically responsible?
So that right? Also, that makes me very sad because next year I won't. I guess I just won't go to as many movies.
Well, I'll just use all the points I have.
I guess that's true. I have saved up quite a few points, but like popcorn is so expensive now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
Like-
2 large drinks and a large popcorn combo is like $20-some.
$26 or something like that.
Well, the less snacks will be bought.
Yeah.
Movies, yes.
More snacks.
movies,
More snacks will be smuggled in. Is the reality.
Oh yeah, we
of
bring
it.
stuff in. Especially now that they have like cans in the
Yeah, right.
like little cooler. It's like, well, I'll just bring a can in every time. Just crack it. Like nobody's gonna know.
Oh, I'll know. Dude, there's somebody with a can of soda, I think, at the last 5 movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dana always
Right when
brings
the
one.
when the logos start popping up. And you're just like, is that soda or is that beer? It's like, what are we doing?
This isn't the Regal 21.
I don't care.
Sure,
I just
sure.
like I'm curious.
Out of curiosity, yeah. Like, are you bringing beer in here?
As long as it
a
doesn't
risky
get
game.
on me, right? Like,
If it's beer, I just don't want to smell it.
truth.
If they sat next to me and cracked a beer, I would probably move seats
Yeah,
because I
same.
don't like alcohol. It tastes bad. Actually, I think the smell is worse.
I just don't like beer. Anyways,
I like
what
beer.
are the trailers we
Anyways.
got?
Yeah. Another TV show, Reacher.
Yes.
Season 3. This is the only show I feel like that's going to come out every year.
Dude, they're cranking this thing
They
out.
are.
I'm so happy.
Alan Richardson was just like, yeah, I'll be Reacher for the next 7 years. And we'll just crank these things
Boom,
out.
boom, boom.
But
I'll take a break every year to make a movie, and then I'll come right back.
Right.
what happens if they find a bigger, scarier Reacher? Dude, even like they casted the guy, and like it was the whole thing was, yeah, this guy's huge, and they had a picture of him next to Reacher or Alan Richardson. It's just like, wow, he's really big, and then they show him in the trailer, and it's just like, good grief,
Yeah.
like
Good lord.
like how's that possible? The poor woman that had to birth him.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
And
man
then
is
all
not
the calories he's probably had to consume
be
in his
healthy.
life.
right.
Dude, I think about that a lot. Like, so right now I'm counting calories. And so I think about how many calories people like Alan Richardson and larger have to eat in a day. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there are days where I'm like, I don't know if I could actually eat more. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video of Michael Phelps's
Oh,
daily
yes.
food intake
Yeah, it's
when he was
unbelievable.
in
Like-
peak training?
Yeah, like when I was
It's like,
playing, I
I'd
could
sit
eat.
down
but-
and eat a whole pizza. And
What?
I'd have 4 omelets for breakfast, and then I'd go to practice. Drink a protein shake. Eat 20 Subway sandwiches or something stupid.
Yeah, then you'd have like 4 snacks throughout the day as well. You're like, dude, how are you eating like this?
Man, I
And,
know,
like, when
I know
you're-
that it's like brutal on your body,
Yeah.
but I do think I would have appreciated like being told when I was a youth, like if you get into like legit like professional athletics, you can just eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because you're working it all off. And I would have been the most ripped person because the food would have been worth it.
Have you seen
I just
like
I'd be
never
too tired.
understood that concept.
have you seen like the DK Metcalf diet video?
No.
He drinks like 2 coffees a day. He eats 2 bags of gummy worms, and he eats like a big steak dinner like pretty much every night.
Dan Campbell's still putting 8 creams, 8
Oh,
sugars in
dude,
his
and
coffee.
like 15 espresso shots. Yeah, that dude's gonna have a heart attack.
Poor guy.
He's gonna give Lions fans a heart attack, and he's going to have a heart attack.
He's gonna coach the Super Bowl from the hospital bed.
I would
Be on the mic, just going.
honestly, if there
Go
was a
for it,
coach
fourth
to
down,
do
go
it,
for
I
it.
feel like
It would
he'd
be
be the
Dan.
one.
No, for
like
sure.
if there were a coach that could do it.
4th and 12 from our own 12. Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, what are we waiting for? Why are you even asking me?
Throwback at Red Bull.
What's next?
Reacher season 3 though looks awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
The Gorge.
Scott Derrickson.
So I saw
Robert
this.
Cargill.
I saw this, but I haven't watched the trailer.
reteaming with, they're reteaming. They're reteaming. It's
Gonna look this up.
they haven't worked with. It's Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller.
Goose.
Um,
Goose Jr.
This trailer, and I think it's because of how much I follow them online and I've listened to them and like this is like perfect. I love this trailer. This is not like a it should not be a serious movie. It is like about halfway through the trailer and like the actual premise drops and they just straight up tell you it. And I love it.
I thought this looked terrible.
Oh no. It I don't think it looks like a great movie, but I think it's right up the alley of like what I will enjoy from them.
I'll just have to, if I watch it, I'll have to go into it with a B movie mindset.
Yeah.
Like when I watch.
It's an Apple Films one
The
though
Meg.
too, which is like so they spent some
was
good
just-
money on it.
A weird love story when I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
And then I was just waiting for him to go into the gorge.
Do you know what this is? This is my Meg. I hate the Meg, but like this is
But
my
you'll love
Meg.
this probably.
But I will probably love this.
You know, I've only ever seen one Scott Derrickson movie,
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
You should watch Sinister.
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
I don't actually think it's that scary.
Don't care.
It would scare Luke though.
I think it's way
You're not-
less
you're-
scary than The Conjuring.
You're thinking like you and not thinking like me.
You survived The Conjuring, and I think that's way scarier.
Hold on. Analyze that word. That
Yeah,
you
survive.
Survived.
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 Yeah. You were fine.
You remember when we were recording the podcast and the light flickered and I almost died? That was an excruciating week. That being said, I will see The Conjuring 4.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm connected to the
That's
characters.
how it goes. That's how it goes. So yeah, I do think that this has the potential to be just straight awful, but I hope that it has enough redeeming qualities to make it
During the first half of
lovable.
the trailer, I was like, is this just Thin Red Line on Apple?
right.
Or
And,
what's Beyond the Enemy Gates? What's the Jude Law sniper movie?
is it Enemy at the Gate?
Maybe that's it. I don't remember.
The Thin Red Line's
That's an older one.
it's older, yeah. That's like an
Jude
80s.
Law sniper movie. Enemy at the Gates.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was going to be. But like
You put me on the spot there, Luke, and I got real nervous. I was like, oh no, he's fact checking me.
I mean, it is Google AI, so
Oh.
who knows? Then I was like, is this just going to be Matt Damon's
Could be
weird The Wall movie? Great Wall?
Oh gosh.
Which is this?
And then it was like a weird romance movie. And I was
Oh, The
like,
Gorge.
what is this?
The Gorge absolutely feels like a. I don't know when
Is it based on
when
something?
Cargill wrote it. I don't think so, but it feels like a movie that was written during COVID, being like, how can we get as few characters on screen and as far apart as
Dude,
possible?
You're so right.
Right?
That just kind of ruins it even more. For
Oh
me.
no,
Ruins
that's
it
true.
even more.
Luke does hate movies that have anything to do with COVID.
I do.
Glass Onion, he won't ever rewatch that.
I've not rewatched that either.
I probably
rewatched
won't
the other
rewatch
day.
it
was good.
because I
Nice.
didn't think it was that good.
That's fair.
It was good enough to watch once.
Yeah.
I think if I were to rewatch one, I'd probably just rewatch Knives Out though.
I've rewatched that movie so many times.
I think
It
I've
also
still only
has
seen
Ana
that
de
one
Armas
once.
in it, so
It just has such. It's so well. I think it's so well written, and the characters do their line deliveries. Like, they're just fun to watch in a way that's even more so than like Glass Onion, I think.
Yes. I would agree with that.
So, anyways, this isn't a The Gorge.
not
A
expecting
maybe. We're not super high expectations, but could be a fun
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
Valentine's Day movie.
When
watched the trailer while
when
you
I
guys
get
were
Apple
talking.
TV to binge through Silo season 2, and this is on
And
there,
Severance.
You'll
and Severance,
you'll pop.
maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
No promises.
This is a have some drinks and watch it movie for me.
Yeah. It's fair.
Like, this is not a movie I will watch and just be like, yeah, that was cool. I don't know. I don't think it looks as bad as it could, I guess. Like, I think the concept's kind of silly,
Yeah.
but
These are the gates to hell. We have 2 people watching it. COVID movie. They have
watch
less-
it be just
they have
absolutely
less-
incredible.
They have less people watching the Gates of Hell than there are in a Wolfman movie.
Also a COVID movie.
Just both of those numbers feel wrong.
It's fair.
They should just flip them.
Is it actually a Doom movie in disguise? Are they actually on
Ooh.
a terraformed Mars?
That's the second twist.
I'll only watch it if they get the guy who did the soundtrack for the games. Man.
The end of the Gorge is just it's the end of like Planet of the Apes, you know,
The
where it's
Statue of
like
Liberty
it's just
is-
that reveal that is like, you know, it's a zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, and then it's like turn and it's Earth.
Yeah.
It's like we were on another planet the whole time.
The Statue of Liberty is Miles Teller.
The end of this game is just Miles Teller like
Oh, I guess it'd be on
suiting up
Territory,
into the
Doom guy
suit.
Oh gosh. That'd be awesome. Was that the last trailer?
There was a ballerina special.
Oh
look.
yeah.
I think this movie looks like a lot of fun.
Yep.
I didn't watch the special look, but I'm less into special looks these days. It was more of like I'll catch that I'll watch that later.
Yeah, this is one of
I don't
those
have the time
ones, like, I know I'll see it,
Yeah.
so I don't really need anything. I did watch this, and I'm with you. I think it looks like a good time.
Nice.
I was a little surprised by how much Keanu was seemingly in this, at least for
I'm
a section of the movie.
I'm curious where it takes place.
Like timeline wise,
I think it takes place during John Wick 2.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Just based on Keanu's
like look.
Yeah. Didn't look like he had a lot
not,
of damage.
I was gonna say he's not as beat up yet.
He's not as
Lance
dead.
Reddick is back, and he's still okay. Spoilers. He's alive.
Yep.
So it's not at the end of John Wick 4.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder
Plus,
what hints they'll drop for us.
Yeah. I think it's in 2 before everything just goes into crazy disarray.
Right. Be interesting. Yeah, I think this looks like a good time. I'm excited for this.
Plus, I mean, on it there once, man. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I mean, that all sounds good to me, so I'm in.
Let's do it.
That was all I had. I know there was an Invincible Season 3 trailer, but...
I did watch the Invincible Season 3 trailer.
I've still not watched
Was it
season
good?
2 of the show.
I haven't watched the second half of the show, so I was a little confused where everyone was at.
Did you like the trailer, though?
I like the trailer.
Good.
I like the trailer.
I haven't...
I hate that in their marketing, they're being like, Season 3 uninterrupted. It's like...
It's like, oh, you're so
You're
funny.
releasing a show how you're supposed to.
to.
Good job.
Yeah, no. I mean, it feels like it has all of the action of what makes Invincible, and all of the bloody glory,
Yeah.
the bloody goriness that animated series has really embraced. It feels like there's good character work. There's a new character that's kind of part of the family that comes along in season 2. It's here for season 3. And there's...
Does Omni-Man have another son or daughter with another alien planet?
Yes.
So like,
Yeah, it's Mark's brother.
half brother.
Yeah,
Mark's
so
brother.
there's a half brother in there. Yeah.
I only know from the book.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna spoil anything, but like I don't know how that's like
I don't feel like that big of a spoiler.
Okay. I think it was revealed at the end of part 1 of season 2.
I mean,
so.
I feel like you could kind of guess that would happen just because Omni-Man's
It's
just
on-
like,
it's
I'm just going to
Omni-Man.
go somewhere else and do it again.
Yeah, I
bud."
mean, he
That's
talks
right,
all the
that's
time
right.
about, like, outliving people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It feels like Cecil has a much larger role in this season. And
The old guy
yeah.
who teleports.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I'm very
need
excited.
to
I'm very
finish season
excited
2,
to see what
It's all out.
he
Why
has
have I
up his
finished it?
sleeve.
I need to watch it.
But
That might be what I do in my hotel in Austin. I'm going to finish Cobra Kai.
dude, there's too many shows right now.
There is.
I updated my what I've watched this year because I hadn't done that in a month, so I had to add 5 things to it, and then here are the things that I've either started or I'm still hoping to get to, and yeah.
My OCD doesn't let me forget to fill it out, unfortunately.
I just
It's kind of annoying. Just I gotta update my list before I get home. I'm still at the theater and
just get too busy to do anything. That's my problem. I just became busy.
you busy little bee.
Well, now do we get to talk about Creature Commandos?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a real review, I don't think, of anything. I watched one Netflix movie, but I'll talk about that later.
I watched a movie and I played Marvel Rivals.
So I figured we could talk about do some impressions of some things that we have started. Luke has gotten to start the
I started Indiana
Jones.
Oh, nice. I forgot. It came out a weird timeline. It was
Monday.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah, Mondays.
At
are
least
weird.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did it maybe last night, but I don't know. But
Nice.
You didn't just
I'm excited to hear your thoughts
can we
on
just
it.
release games on Friday?
like we used to.
Why are we pandering?
Like the good
Well, it
old
was
days.
Tuesdays, and then they moved it to Fridays because of Call of Duty.
And then we moved it back to Tuesdays?
No, it's now just
Now it's
both.
Fridays?
it's Tuesday. Or
Now it's
Monday,
any day.
Tuesday,
It's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
But if you pay more, you get early access.
Yeah.
That's the new thing.
Alright.
Yeah. it's
I just
fun.
remember going on Thursday nights
Yep.
at midnight
Yep.
in high school to go pick up my copy of Halo 3.
Now you just buy a copy to download it from.
Boo! Gaming sucks now. Sorry. Let's
Nope.
talk about Creature Commandos here real quick.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I guess Nintendo still though
Dude,
has
they're still
cartridges.
chugging. Yeah.
Shout out Nintendo.
Shout out
that is
Nintendo.
still just like, here's the game. You see this tiny little thing?
That's
This
it.
is the game.
This is the game.
Also, they
Don't
You
put,
lose
can
it.
play it offline.
they put Bitrex on those,
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I got my youngest kid to lick one of them. It's so funny. She was not a
She
fan.
just vomit everywhere.
She was like, ugh. It was funny. And then
Never again.
Bryn was like, I want to do it. So then Bryn did it, and she's like, ugh, Daddy, what is that? I was like, it's just nasty stuff, so you guys don't eat it. But yeah, Creature Commandos. First 2 episodes are out.
We have the officially started the new DC universe era.
Yeah, we have. With 2 episodes of Suicide Squad 1.5.
2.5?
It kind of is 2.5 actually.
Would it be?
Well,
Are you
we
counting
had
the first one?
2.5 if you count the Ayer version.
Yeah.
But 1.5 if we're only counting DCU. But not all of the Suicide Squad might be canon technically yet.
Yeah.
It's only what they mention.
Just
Yeah.
Project Starfish and the stuff from Peacemaker so far.
Look, the
So, like,
the air
1.32.
stuff is still like kind of relevant because there are characters who carry over between that one and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And it's just 1. Oh, 2. It's 2, yeah.
It's
Rick
Flag and
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways,
Weasel.
Yeah, but
Weasel in
he's
the
not from
haircut?
Airs.
Oh.
We were saying
yeah.
carryover from Air.
it's Flag and Waller.
And Harley.
Well, Boomerang, but he
And
got
and
exploded.
Holler.
Oh yeah,
And now it-
Boomerang carried over. Yeah,
See,
so I guess it
this
is
is-
2.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is officially 2.5.
but yeah, we've
Man, Ayer was just
launched.
ahead of his time.
We've launched. We're officially underway. And what'd you guys think? Did you guys like it? Hate it?
It was not what I was expecting it to be, but
In what way? I'm
I
curious.
think I liked it. Oh well, I just don't know any of these characters.
Okay.
And so it is very similarly structured to the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is what it is. So that part didn't really surprise me, but just in terms of I don't know who they are, I don't know what the storyline is going to be. I don't know how their like interactions with each other. You know,
Will work.
it was such a up in the air, anything could happen, which is kind of a fun place to be in.
Yep.
But it wasn't as I think you walk away from both of those Suicide Squad movies and you feel like there's a sense of like earned camaraderie between the survivors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I expect something like that to happen, but like even at the end of I think we decided it was the beginning of episode 2 where it's like there's just no trust. They're all after they're like already trying to kill Flag Senior and
Yeah.
like it's just chaos. I didn't hate it, and I think I like a lot of the stuff they do with like the Bride of
The
Frankenstein.
Bride. Yeah.
Is it just the Bride?
Yep.
It's just the Bride. Sorry, it's the Bride of Frankenstein, but it's the Bride. I really enjoyed that little vignette story, but I think what I'm nervous about is that all we'll be getting is vignettes. Is that the main core of what is actually the plot will be really surface level, and we'll get lots of cool character moments and flashbacks and what these characters are dealing with now, but it's less in relation to the other characters that they're on the team with. And I think that's what like Gunn's Suicide Squad did so well was, yeah, all of these characters have this, deep dark history, but it's what are we doing as a team right now that really pushes them forward and makes me care about them together. It's still really early. We're only 2 episodes in, so that may be an unfounded fear. That was just the, walking away. That was my impression.
Yeah.
I pretty much completely agree with you. I think it's a lot of fun, but I'm also like I'm so tired of just adult animation in general. It's well made and it's fun, but at the same time, like they're just throwing out so many swear words and there's tons of sex and there's blood and gore and it's just like I get it,
Yeah.
I get it, but it's all right. I'll say this: I think the episode 2 is good, and I think episode 1 is really bad.
Dude, I texted you guys after I watched episode 1, and I was like, "This is like breakneck paced."
Yeah.
It ended, and I was like, what just happened?"
If they hadn't released the first 2 episodes, I don't think I would have kept watching.
Really?
I would have been like, "Is every episode gonna be just nothing?"
Yeah.
They're just like, "We're the creature commandos. Let's go to the castle." The end.
Yeah, it was like the show opens, you get the little newscast thing, and then like the team's assembled and we're moving. And I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing here.
Super
like,
fast.
We don't even know anything about Rick. Like he's
Yeah.
just there now. Like we don't what. Where did he come from?
And
like,
we got the helicopter scene again
Yep.
from
Yeah.
Ayers, from Gun Suicide Squad.
Yep.
And it was the exact same thing again.
Even the jokes with Weasel.
Yeah.
And eating children or killing children or whatever.
And yeah, they just show up to the castle. The princess is like, "I want to bang you."
Yeah.
And then it ends. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
we
dude.
did nothing in that episode.
Yeah, it was the first episode is not good.
So
Um,
I'll just say, I know we're only 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
There's 5 more, I think. It's going to be a really short show.
is it 7 or 8?
I think it's 7.
Okay.
On IMDb, they're listed as 7 episodes. So
Okay.
unless they
Okay.
all die. I don't know. I like it, but I'm also really disappointed. That I just think it's going to be a really quick kind of show. It's just something that...
Yeah, it's kind of like what was the point?
And also, I just think it's a bummer that this is our introduction to the DCU. I don't think it's a good introduction. They should have waited for Superman.
It's weird because I think it's a pretty niche introduction, though.
Yeah,
Like
I don't think general audiences are watching
mainstream
this.
Audiences are not going to watch this.
No, this is not the true like introduction. It's a launching point,
and it
but-
feels like one of those introductions that's like absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, no.
It's weird in that way. But I want to echo something you said with just even the you didn't mention the quality specifically, but in terms of fast and like the animation style, I think is unique, and I'm down for any studio doing whatever kind of style as long as it's like artistically driven, right? Like we're gonna do something weird. I didn't feel like it was. I felt like some of the animation style was some of those decisions were made to cut corners and make it faster and or cheaper. I didn't feel like the animation style was like, oh, this is super cool and it highlights some aspect of the characters or the filmmaking. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird, just a me problem. I'm curious if you guys felt like what the animation was like.
I thought it looked fine.
So I kind of thought that for a bit too.
Yeah.
But then I realized I was coming off Arcane, which is
is
stylized just out of the butt.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to just be like, okay, let's just watch the animated show. Like,
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad.
Okay.
I think it looks fine. I also wouldn't go as far as saying like this is some breaking new animation or anything like that. But I don't think it's like it's not distracting to me. The only stuff I
Sure.
think that would be distracting is every now and again in like transition shots, the cars and stuff in the foreground are clearly like computer, and it just looks a little different. And so I see it and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then I kind of move on from it because it's in a transition shot and I don't really care. But
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's fun. I don't. My question I walk away from it is just like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
And again, we've all said it now. 2 episodes. There's 5 more to go where they could fill in the gaps.
I'm really curious if they should have just released it all.
Maybe. I'd just be curious to see if by the end of it felt necessary. Is my thing.
It will be necessary because Cersei is going to show up in Superman.
Yeah. She'll be the opening credits villain.
She'll be something.
I did think, I guess, loose spoilers. I was a little surprised in the opening newscast of the show that they were like immediately talking about Themyscira. Like I knew Cersei was the villain, and that's fine. But like the way they've been kind of coy about Wonder Woman as a character to immediately be like, yeah, Themyscira, and we're doing this. And it's like, oh, all right. Well, I guess that's kind of closer, maybe. I don't know. But again, he's recently come out and said, like, we're not telling one big story. We're just...
This is an already lived in world.
Yeah, so, like, the stuff that's happening there is happening. And I think that is probably my biggest pro from the show. Is, like, it does kind of give you a little bit of background for what's going on. Like, there's the drama with Themyscira. The way monsters are viewed in this world is kind of talked about.
Yeah.
I think that kind of stuff is pretty cool. It kind of props up what the universe feels like and looks like when we go into it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point, right? Like maybe the point isn't to tell this really cool story about the Creature Commandos, but maybe it's just to say, hey, look, this is the world you're coming into. Like, this is who's here. This is how people view these heroes and villains, and maybe that's it. And if that's it, and it does it effectively, then mission accomplished, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't coming into this thinking that it was going to be this awesome, super well done thing. I thought it'd be fun, and I think it accomplished that for me.
So. Nice. Yeah.
I'd say my biggest pro is the voice acting.
The voice acting is great. Yeah.
They're fantastic. I think they're all really, really well cast.
Yeah, casting has been good. And I even think, as much as I dogged on maybe some of the animation style earlier, I do think like the action sequence in the second episode is really good.
When
I guess there's
Phosphorus?
two. There's two. There's the bride fight
Yeah.
at the end, but the phosphorus fight at the beginning is also really good too.
Yeah.
I thought that was end of episode 1.
Ooh.
Either way, whatever.
Yeah.
They're both out. I like the bride fight across timeline or across time or whatever. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was
She just keeps beating up.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Or what's his name? Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Frankenstein.
Dude, so David Harbour, when he was cast, I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't think he was bad. He sounds different. Like I didn't hear David Harbour the whole time, which was great. I thought, like all the voice acting was great. I thought they did a really good job.
Agreed.
So be curious to see which of them comes across to live action that we don't already know.
Right.
Anya
Cool.
Sharlata.
Yeah, I'd say she's gonna be the easiest one to guess, I'd say. But I'm looking forward to watching it every week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely tune in.
I guess they probably won't. Because if there's 7, they can't end on just one.
One.
I was gonna say they're gonna release
like two
at a time.
They
could do
2, 3.
Yeah, they could do 2, 2,
3,
3.
yeah, or 2, 2, 2, 1,
2, 2, 2, 1.
which would be boring. Maybe it's a super long one.
Maybe it's a super big episode though. Yeah.
I do think you talked about the team thing. I did think it was interesting to pair off the bride and what's her name? The fish lady, and kind of create a dynamic between those two.
Yeah.
I did like their kind of small development thing, where
Nina.
Yeah, I did like the little development between those two that was had, and you kind of see Nina learns I'm gonna have to help even though I don't want to, and the bride's kind of you're the only good one here.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like that.
I thought it was cool how she slept in the bathtub, just filled it with water.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
I mean, who wants to sleep in a helmet? Come on.
It's a good point.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure I'll get plenty of laughs throughout.
Oh,
G.I.
yeah.
Robot, man, he was killing me.
G.I. Robot was great.
Yeah.
He was killing me. Is he a Nazi? No. It has been 73 years since I have killed a Nazi.
The moment where somebody says yes, that's it.
Oh, dude.
It's gonna just pop up.
James Gunn did say episode 3 is G.I.'s episode.
Oh, so the next
So
one.
so he'll get to kill some Nazis in the next one. Yeah, man. One highlight: Very small detail, but the fact that they were able to translate Weasel's walk from live action to animation, big pro. They nailed it.
Yeah.
Even his little tummy.
Yeah, like it was like perfect. I was like, man, good job to that animating team. Like, because that's not easy to do to make it look almost identical.
Yeah.
So,
Human leader, a werewolf? Who's the werewolf?
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to find out.
Is Weasel actually just a werewolf?
That would be a fun twist.
That would be
Oh
awesome.
yeah, it's episode 3. Cheers to the Tin Man.
Oh,
All
can't
he
wait.
All he wants is a heart, man.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Luke, you want to tell us a little bit about Indiana Jones?
I can talk about it for a bit.
How much have you played, I guess, time-wise?
Maybe like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Wait,
I
so it's
started
still very
it
like into the introduction.
Before I came over here.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So I played the tutorial, and now I'm exploring. It's right at the beginning. I'm like walking through the Vatican, looking for people, solving little mysteries, and trying to find one big secret. It is really fun. Like already, it's just like I am really gonna have a lot of fun playing this. It's slow.
Yeah.
You don't run around like with a gun and just pop bad guys.
Have you knocked anybody out or killed anybody yet?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I've heard like some of that can be pretty violent when you do it.
I mean, you sneak around most of the time, and then you get caught, and you just have to knock them out, or like
run.
you'll have a hammer or a bottle. You'll sneak up and just smack them.
I love it.
But I don't know why. I just walked right up to a bunch of bad guys, and there's like 5 of them, and I just had to just fly them all. And it's like they don't use their guns if you're hand fighting, or at least they didn't in that instance.
There's a code.
But I just thought I'm just wailing on these guys, punch off their helmet, then you have to punch them again in the face, and it was really fun. And the combat system is not complicated; it's just punching and blocking.
Nice.
But you don't have a lot of health. You've at least right now, I have 3 hit points.
Woo.
So you can. I haven't died yet, but I'm assuming you can die pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once I get shot at, I bet I don't know if it'll be 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, you sneak around, you find keys, you break into places, you do puzzles, and it's not what you would expect. It's really, really cool. It's beautiful. I'm really impressed with the graphics. Troy Baker, I think, is going to be awesome as Indiana Jones. As Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just sounds spot on. And you're just like, wow, that might have been Harrison Ford. I don't know if you've heard about this, but the opening of the game is the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And you get to play it, don't you?
Yeah, you get to go get the golden idol. Yeah. And it was really cool.
Yeah. It's like shot for shot too. It's sweet.
Yeah, pretty much until they're like, okay, we have to put a game mechanic in here.
Yeah.
The best thing though is hands down, it's the music.
Yeah.
It just immerses you instantly. Especially when they're playing the Raiders Well of Souls theme, the the super is the creepy theme.
Yeah.
You're just listening to it and you're just like, I'm Indiana Jones. I cannot wait to play more.
You gonna play tonight?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm totally bought in already. It was very easy to convince me. Not that I needed convincing in the first place.
Yeah.
I love Indiana Jones, so. Yeah, really, really impressed.
Nice.
And it's it's but but like I'm walking around the Vatican and I can go, like I need to go talk to this person. It's like, oh, I need to find different letters, but I don't think I need to find all of them. Like I had to break into a safe and had to like look on the bottom of statues for clues and find letters, and broke into the safe and the last letter was actually in the safe. So like there's a bunch of little mysteries and like side quests throughout. And like even just like breaking in, I feel like I could have gone that way, or I could have gone right down the middle. Just whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It feels a lot more expansive than I think most cinematic games do. Like even Uncharted, and it's nothing like Uncharted because it's not third person and not a building crawler.
Yeah.
Or a shooter, yeah. Which is funny. It's first person, but it's not really a shooter.
Yeah.
But I mean, you come into third person quite a bit every time you climb.
Yeah, if you're traversing.
Climbs like a ladder or your whip.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or you're just like a quick little swing.
Interesting.
You'll go into third person.
But it all feels very natural and not...
Yeah.
That's great.
So far.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully I'll beat it by next week and I can just give a full review on it.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
I listened to a non-spoiler full review today, and like there's some open zone mechanics to it. So there's like some levels that are linear, and then there's some open zone stuff. So I'll be curious to hear how you feel about the open zone stuff, because that seems to be most people's critiques, is that they don't like the open zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they love the Vatican. It's the later ones. So I'm really curious to hear how it plays out for you.
I'm really excited to use the camera. I just got it because it's like a in-game hint mechanic.
You just gotta walk up and take a picture of some enemy, like right in his face. See what happens.
Nazi scum. But no, like just in like IGN's review, they're like, stuck on a puzzle, take a picture of it and it will help you out.
That's super cool.
And it's like, I just remember them being like, this is so much better than just your side character going, maybe you should go up there. Maybe you should do this. I wonder what this does.
Yeah.
It's like you just do it yourself.
Yeah.
And
There was a bug in one guy's review I was listening to, and like one of the side characters just kept saying, "Oh my god, that was so close!" And like the bug was permanent, so like the whole rest of their playtime, like they'd be in cutscenes, and their character would
could
be
they not
saying,
shut down the game?
They did everything.
Oh, no.
They
man.
rebooted their save. They closed the game. They did everything they could think of. We even
Reinstall?
went back. Yeah. Oh yeah. And they
Oh
couldn't
my
fix
gosh.
it.
That is ridiculous.
It's pretty funny, but yeah, I think there is some of that, but not as much with since they have the camera thing. So that's I think that's awesome. I really want to check it out. I won't check it out for a long time though. I won't have time. But I'm glad that it's scratching that itch.
I'm curious how long it'll take me. I usually take a little longer than most people do on games.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but you explore. I'm just bad at it.
Oh, I explore like way too much to the point where like I forget what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh shoot, I need to go back and do that.
Like you're packing your suitcase to go to Italy, like right at the beginning, and you have to put 4 things in your suitcase, and I couldn't find the 4th one.
Oh, no.
I was just like walking around for 15 minutes, just like, man, I'll find it eventually.
Oh, no.
But at least the
I
game's
did,
pretty and the music's good, and so like it makes that experience fun.
And just like hearing everybody be like, can we redo Game Award voting? Makes me super excited to play it too.
Yeah, it's
people
reviewing really well. I
Yeah.
think it's like an 87 on Metacritic.
Yeah,
Like it's
something-
doing really good.
Something really good, yeah.
And I've heard like Indiana Jones fans, you just bump it even a little bit more. So like if you're a fan of Indiana Jones, like I know you
yeah.
are, like you're gonna love it.
I think every single person has been like, yeah, this is the 4th best Indiana Jones things. Like it's way better than the new movies. So if those bummed you out,
I think it was Paris Lily was like, this is the perfect sequel to Raiders or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yep.
So
and like with how it starts too, like it's not just a fun thing you're doing at the beginning.
yeah.
I'll say that. Ooh, mystery.
Noise. Well, leave some mystery for...
And
our
at the
actual
end,
playthroughs.
Indiana Jones dies. Actually, he might. Who knows? Maybe the Great Circle
Revive him.
revives him.
Oh. inevitable.
Good point. I have a game I could talk about very quickly.
Yeah, go for it, Ty.
I booted up Marvel Rivals.
Ooh.
Overwatch 3.
This is the Overwatch clone. That hot take is better than the current state of Overwatch. It is. I would say this reminds me of. Brett, you're gonna love this. It reminds me of when Overwatch came out.
Oh,
It feels like Overwatch did when
nice.
it launched. Like it's 6v6. There's no role queuing. It's you can change your character whenever you want. Every
Yeah.
character's unlocked. Like it's just
glorious.
it's a free to play game that is free to play. You don't have to spend a dime. Now, they want you to. They have skins. They have the MCU skins. They have a battle pass. To note,
Don't fall for it.
their battle pass is permanently unlocked once you buy it. It does not go away.
Like that.
It's $5 instead of 10.
Love that.
It is. They are doing everything right. It has built-in tournament play. So if you have a group of friends and you want to do a tournament, you can sign up within the game.
That's super cool.
I love that. Ranked play, I think, is launched this past weekend. So they waited like 3 days to launch it or so, just so people can get in. And
Yeah.
you can't engage with ranked until you're leveled up a little bit. They don't want a bunch of people going in there and
Yeah.
ruining it for the people who are trying to actually do that.
Yep. Makes sense.
They're giving away tons of freebies and skins and stuff. I just think they're doing all the free-to-play things right, which I feel like we've seen so many free-to-play games come out and do it wrong. So it's really cool. I have had a lot of fun with it. I did not expect to like it as much as I have. The big difference between it and Overwatch is it is third-person, and I love third-person games.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasant surprise. It's kind of weird. I was more excited to play it than college football, and this is the first game I've felt that way with since college football came out, which was really nice. I played with different groups of friends.
Never thought
throughout
I'd
the
ever
weekend.
hear those words come
Dude, it was fun, man. I was having a lot of fun with it.
Well, I mean, college football, I guess, isn't a good game because it wasn't nominated for best sports game. So that's what the people are telling. No,
I
just kidding. Don't punch me.
I'm not gonna punch you. I actually had this whole. I have my own justification in my mind, and I'm sticking with it as to why it didn't get nominated.
It's too good.
No, it's an international voting panel. And
Oh, they don't care about college football.
College football is not important to international people. So that's why it didn't get picked.
All right.
Personally, I think it's because it's too good. They wanted the other
That's what
games
it
to-
is. Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
it's
you
gonna
know,
get 99% of the vote. It's not fair.
Until
not
Call
fair.
until Call of Duty came out, it was the number one selling game of the year.
It's crazy.
Crazy
but
thought.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like if you wait 11 years to release the next installment.
You don't crank something out like
Yeah.
every 6 months for
What
an
do you mean?
update.
Twitter told me that game is dead now because not every single person who bought it is
Still playing it? Oh, heaven forbid.
Oh jeez,
Gotta love the discourse, man.
it's so stupid.
Always.
But Marvel Rivals, ton of fun.
Nice.
If you want a free to play hero shooter, legit heroes, hop in. There's melee characters, there's magic characters, there's gun characters. I mean, there's everything you could think of. I really have enjoyed playing Namor. I love playing as Star-Lord. They're really just mashups of Overwatch characters, and it's kind of cool.
Who's
Nice.
Namor in Overwatch? You know what? I don't care.
Because you don't know.
I
You
don't
won't
know.
know. You won't know.
Yeah, and
The
I actually...
only one I know is Hanzo because he was a meme for a bit.
Can you guess who is Hanzo?
It's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like
I'm not an
legit,
idiot.
Yeah, legit the exact same character. Moon Knight is kind of like Genji in a way.
Okay.
If I didn't look like Overwatch, would I like this?
I think so.
Really? So I should try it?
If you want.
Wow, that's not the answer I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, you may not. I mean, you may not love it,
What
but
character
like
do you think I would like?
probably Punisher.
Just the gun guy?
Yep, he's just a gun guy.
Dude, that's so boring. I'm not even gonna download it now.
You could play Punisher. I mean, he's the most simple. I think
If I don't use guns, let's play Destiny.
I had a really good time as Loki. You could put
Oh.
like copies of yourself around the map, and then when you use abilities, the copies also use them. So like,
That's
and he
fun.
has a healing like pad ability, so you
Yeah.
can like put them all over and then hit the heal button, and you'll have like 6 healing pads around the map for your team and stuff.
What?
Dude, it's there's some pretty
Do the
cool
copies
stuff.
just die, or do you
They
take a
the
little
team has to
damage?
kill him. The other team has to kill them. If they don't kill them, they stay up forever.
That's crazy.
Dude, it's
Can they hurt you if the copy is still up?
Yeah.
Or is it just whichever one is left is
So
you?
no, you're still playing while your copies. They just stay
Yeah.
stationary. So, but you can. One of his abilities is if you hit B, and you're looking at one of them, you can teleport to that one, and that one will switch places with you, so you can move around the map through them too.
Wow.
Dude, it's pretty sweet. There's some
What
pretty cool
Overwatch
stuff.
character does that?
None.
So they did do something.
They do. No, there's definitely some that are
Good
that are
job,
new and
Marvel
independent.
rivals.
Doctor Strange is kind of like Reinhardt, which I thought was interesting.
Dude,
I was like, oh, that's weird.
I saw the video of the dude being like, "Wow, look what you can do with Doctor Strange," and it's just the Infinite Portal game.
Yeah.
Dude, the retweets of that just being like, "Wow, you discovered Portal from 2004 or whatever that came out."
Yeah. The character that I think everybody's talking about right now is Iron Fist, because he just like, I'll show you a video when we're done recording, but like, if you're a support character, so say you're a healer or any of the sort, Iron Fist will seek you out and beat the hell out of you every single time.
More accurate.
Dude,
More
he
accurate.
fights so fast, and he just punches you in the face repeatedly. And it looks like an anime character, because it's ridiculous how fast he moves and punches. It's awesome.
More accurate, man.
It's a lot of fun.
Can't base what you know for Iron Fist based off the Netflix show.
And they didn't even use Danny or whatever. They used somebody else, a different Iron Fist.
Crazy.
Huh?
Crazy.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun though.
Cool.
I've enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
I look forward to playing more of it this week.
Sweet.
Or I guess not this week, because I won't be home. But when I have time.
Can you get it on your Switch?
I don't think so. I think
Worst
it's
game ever.
Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
PC. Steam Deck?
I think so. I don't know how well it would run, because I guess with Steam Deck's games that run like pretty strong anti-cheats struggle on Steam Deck.
I think you can't play Destiny because...
The same reason.
Because of that. Yeah.
Man, if you could play Destiny on a Steam Deck though, that'd be
man.
pretty sick.
It'd be over for me.
Luke would just stay in bed all day playing on a Steam Deck.
No, hold on. If I'm at home, I'm on the couch
yeah,
on this.
that's true.
On the 60-inch.
But you'd be sitting over here playing it while you wait for the show to start.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. Grind doesn't stop,
Of
man.
course.
Gotta run those nightfalls.
Yeah. So, Marvel Rivals, thumbs up in my book. If you're looking for a little free-to-play shooter to take up some of your time, it's a good one. It's a lot of fun. I won't even lie to you guys. I bought the Battle Pass. I was like, you know what? I like what they're doing here. I'll throw $5 at them.
Nice.
I'll do that every now and again.
Yeah, no, I do too.
So
Even still with some of those older games, it's like, oh, I come back to you often enough. And
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like what they got going on there. I think they're doing a good thing. I love 33 characters at launch, all unlocked. Big win in my book. Huge. That's way more than Overwatch launched with.
Who are they adding next?
The rumor is Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Just in time for the movie.
He's going to be a tanky character, apparently.
What?
Interesting.
He should be a mobile character.
Maybe he will be.
Personally.
Some of the mobile characters are tanky. Like Venom. You can swing all over the place. He's a tank.
Venom.
Don't get on. Is Kraven in it?
No.
Missed marketing opportunity.
What are you doing?
Come on, Sony. Get on your game.
They need to sell Kraven, and then we need to compare the sales of the Kraven box office to Kraven character. What made more?
I bet the character. It crossed 10 million players in 3 days. So it's doing well. I think one of the biggest things is it has that Marvel IP to really help drive it.
To even just try it out.
Yeah.
Yep,
But they even have it feels like the MCU has been infused in some of it too. Like when you open it up, Marvel Games has its own opening thing that's similar to the movies. They have MVP screens that are very similar to the clips from the movies.
Scarlet Witches is straight out of Mom.
Yeah. No, it's pretty neat how they've done that.
MCU movie. Yeah, I said it.
Is it?
For me, I hated that movie.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's good, but yeah, that's what I've done with that. So I guess we can move to news, and then I can talk about the other movie I watched after.
Let's do it. It's kind of quiet time, but there's a few little things happening. Some casting rumors. So, do you want to talk about those? Do you guys have some real stories first?
I mean, I have real stories, but we can talk casting rumors.
Is this MCU or Harry Potter? Where are you going first?
Star Wars.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know. What is this?
Yeah, I haven't even heard of this.
Jeremy Allen White is supposedly going to be in
I thought
The
that was
Mandalorian
real.
and Grogu.
I thought that was fake.
Yeah, like Hollywood Reporter posted it.
Yeah, so either it's real or it's fake. We don't know yet.
I think I saw it on Discussing Film. I just assumed it was Discussing Film.
Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter says he's joined as Rada the Hutt.
This is the one that they save in the animated movie, right?
Yeah.
He's joining The Mandalorian and Grogu
Sweet.
as Rada the Hutt.
Okay.
So confirmed.
It's fine. Don't really care. It's just a voice role, so... Well, at least hopefully. Golly.
No, they're going to get him in full prosthetics.
Let's go.
Rada's going to be out there going, hands! I need hands!
You just get...
Except it's going to be in Hutty, so it's going to be Jugawa! Jukajukawakakawa! Or whatever.
I just want to see someone walking behind him. Yes, chef! And then the Han Solo, like, fake walk up on his tail.
Hey.
You guys are aware of what I'm talking about, right?
I am not.
So, when they shot the original Star Wars... Jabba was just a person. That's how they filmed it. He was just a man.
Just like a normal dude.
Just like a normal dude. So when they actually went in and put Jabba in there, they didn't account for the fact that he would have a tail. So Han's walking behind him. So they went in and had to like digitally make Han whoop. So next time you watch when Han walks behind Jabba, and it looks janky AF. And it's so
I did not
funny.
know this.
I'm too worried on the McClunky that happened right before it that they added in.
McClunky.
McClunky.
Hey,
Anyways.
Jeremy Allen White stuck in a freezer in The Bear season 2. Maybe he gets stuck in carbonite.
Carbonite, and
It's all connected.
It's yeah.
Is the bear in part of the Star Wars universe? Oh, spoilers for the bear, I guess.
The other one is Chris Evans is reportedly coming back for the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, freaking blow my brains out, bro. I'm so freaking over this.
I knew it was coming, man. As soon as they got RDJ back, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna get everybody.
I knew
Captain
I
Hydra?
knew it was
Yeah.
coming. I knew it was
Because
coming
of
after
Runner?
Deadpool and Wolverine. When that was as successful as it was, and his thing specifically was as talked about online as it was, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
So-
he'll be Captain Hydra or whatever. Hydra agent. I don't even know what this name is.
You know, look, at this
Or
point,
is he actually Magneto?
Marvel's had 6 years, and they haven't made another Avengers movie, so I don't know. Like,
They brought back their two biggest actors to become the two biggest villains in the Marvel universe.
they can't
We'll have
figure it
Doctor
out.
Doom, Iron Man, and Magneto, Captain America.
Kill me. Well, all right, Chris Evans. Let's do that. There were some other
Hey,
casting things.
Congratulations, get paid, I guess.
Too. Yeah, he's definitely gonna do that. But hey, you got the Russos, so they're gonna do what they know and get the people that they know will put people in seats.
Man, should they should they move on from Feige? You think he's just lost his
He's listening to Twitter, dude.
care for it?
I just don't know.
Are we just gonna bask in mediocrity for the next 15 years?
He's gonna bask in whatever Twitter tells him to do for the next 15 years. 'Cause
I think Kevin Feige was a great producer, and then now it just feels like we're doing whatever.
So this is a bigger discussion, I think, one that we'll never have on the show, probably. But I think
We're having it right now, baby.
when you look at the Disney structure, right, like films, but specifically like the executive kind of high end things. Like, who are those executive producers who are really running the arms of their different
Like branches.
right?
Bobby.
So, like, I think the thing was when, yeah,
Bob Iger.
Iger came back. It was like,
He announced like 8 Pixar sequels.
well, what did he do though? He went back to the status quo
Yeah.
of what had been working for the past 10 years.
Oh no.
Working, and so that's, you know, I don't see him being that catalyst for change. He's worked with Feige, he's worked with like Kathleen over at Lucasfilm. They all have a quote unquote good working relationship. I don't actually know, but he hasn't ever fired them, so I assume it's good,
Yeah.
right? But I don't disagree. I think so much of Disney could be made more interesting with just a shot in the arm of some leadership mix-ups, right? Like, success doesn't mean you have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, but that's Disney's model.
Yeah.
What?
It's also the model of insanity.
Yeah. But I think after, Disney saw what happened to their in the MCU to their competition, right? With the DCEU, and it's like, to them that's failure. And I think to a lot of the film media, I mean, there were fans who loved that. Obviously, there's a bit of a Snyder cult out there, which we don't like. But I think Snyder brought an interesting take to DC Comics, specifically in their film stuff. And I think that was okay to have a season where we got to explore it in this
Something
way.
a little different. Yeah.
And now we're going to get to explore it with James Gunn. And I hope James Gunn doesn't feel like he's stuck there for 16 years making the same things.
Yeah.
I hope that he can make a set of things. At some point, he can take a step up and become like more of an executive, actually, and less of a creative, and hand those creative reins over to someone else, or step away entirely, go to a different studio, try out something new. Like, that's what makes art so fun and like last, because even when you're telling similar stories, which is essentially what IP storytelling is, right? Like, it's how do we take these characters that you know and love and we tell new stories with them, because we know you love the characters. We have to reinvent things, and you don't get reinvention when you have the same people doing it all the time.
Right.
There you go. There's my spiel.
I like it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Do it again, just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, can't do it.
From the top.
Take it from the top. We weren't recording.
No, yeah, I definitely think that's a conversation worth having, though, with Feige. And maybe that's a conversation Feige's having with himself.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
you never know. I don't know what his contract looks like.
Yeah, I mean, money, for sure. But somebody asked Gunn in a junket, like, would you take Feige's job if it was offered to you? And I was like, oh, that's kind of a weird question. And he was like, absolutely not.
One of the reasons he decided to do the DC thing was because he didn't have to do half of Feige's job, which is why they got Peter Safran.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't know. It's an interesting place to be. I think it's just weird. Not weird. Weird's not the word. It's pretty uninspired to just keep bringing back the people.
Yeah, I would agree.
That did it before. So, just to double down on what you're saying. So, there's other casting stuff out there.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter series casting is heating up.
All sorts of little like
confirmed?
rumors. There's some. No, I
Some
don't think
of
anything's been confirmed.
There's some that I know. There's one for sure that is like offered.
Yeah,
the
I think
Snape
there's
one?
been some offers.
Yeah, the Snape one is rumored to have
I don't know how to
officially
say
been
his
offered.
name.
Papa
Esiadu.
Isiadu.
Sorry for probably messing that up.
And then there's 3 others I've seen.
There's one for Hagrid.
Yeah.
Worst casting of all time if they do it.
Who was that? Oh, I can't remember.
Brett Goldstein.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, oh.
If they do that, this show's done. It's not gonna
Why is
work.
Brett Goldstein not like Nearly Headless Nick? he'd make a great Nearly Headless Nick. That's right up his alley.
Sure. He'll be in it twice.
Yeah. It's
Perfect.
comedy. That's his whole spiel.
He can do this.
The ones I think are pretty interesting are the Dumbledore ones. Have you guys seen these?
I don't remember him. Remind me.
So, previously it was Mark Rylance,
That's right.
which I don't hate.
Which I think could be good.
I think it'd be good.
I think
and then another name has entered that pool, which is Mark Strong,
No.
which I think is
Absolutely
weird.
not.
less on board with that one.
It's so weird.
I like Mark Strong, and
It's so weird.
It has got to be...
look. I don't want
the
him to
worst
be. I
casting
don't want
I've
him to be
ever
like
heard.
typecast as villains all the time, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like he could be another professor and like knock it out of the park. Honestly,
I just don't know why he's in every HBO show all of a sudden.
Did he have like a first look deal?
Dude,
Maybe.
because he's in Penguin.
yeah.
He's in
in
Dune,
Dune.
and then he's gonna turn around and be in this too. Like, I just think that's
He should
weird.
be Professor Quirrell in season 1. Then off him, we're done. If anything, just
Yeah.
give him the stutter or whatever.
He could be one of the who's the Barty Crouch. Like have him be Barty Crouch Senior.
Body crap.
And then there's
Junior.
McGonagall rumors are Sharon Horgan.
Who's that?
She is the co-creator and star of a show movie called Bad Sisters. And then
Sharon Horgan.
Rachel Weisz.
I mean,
Okay.
love me some Rachel Weisz.
You know what? No. Too young.
Maybe too
Too young.
I think Horgan looks pretty young too.
There was also
Hor-
I don't think it was
Horgan?
a
Horgan, Horgan.
Too young. I need a grandma. I need an old grandma.
This is gonna be the challenge,
this
man.
is the thing.
They should
This
cast
is the
my
thing,
grandma.
though. There was a Voldemort rumor running around.
There was, and
And they- because it was asked
Ray
to Ray
Fiennes was
Fiennes.
like, I would endorse this 100%.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
Is it Killian?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yep, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, which be good. He's a good actor.
Probably of the ones that are rumored, one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, just
it's.
Ever since
You
the
gotta
Brett Goldstein thing, it's just like...
you gotta nail that character. So
Are they just going with Goldstein because he kind of looks like him? I
Because
guess
he's hairy?
Yeah, like what's the idea there behind it?
who knows?
And I don't know. I just
You think of it like Hagrid is kind of like a comedy character.
at times, yeah, he's goofy.
He
but-
has his moments, right? Of
Right.
Where he's really sentimental and like he's always kind of wanted to be that foster parent
Yeah.
for Harry at Hogwarts, right? That's who he is. But he does like he's also the guy who's like, I'm raising spiders, or I
Yeah.
have dragon eggs, or what would be great for 30 years to ride this hippogriff.
Dude, it's gonna be.
I'm just picturing... I can only
Makeup.
get Roy Kent's voice in my head.
There's gonna be makeup. They can do things with voices.
Are you gonna ride this hippogriff, Harry? Or are you just a coward?
Sounds like bad.
It doesn't work.
It sounds like Badman from the YouTube skits.
A British bad man. They might as well cast Pete Holmes as Hagrid.
Honestly,
I love
that would
Pete
actually be
Holmes.
a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know.
You need that up.
The one that I find, that caught the internet on fire is the Snape one. For obvious reasons, people freaked out about that one. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what this show.
I love, listen, I get it. I know they're described in the books, but just every single person going, why aren't we casting Adam Driver? And
Yeah.
it's like,
We want it we want it separate. we need it to be a step away.
All I could think about is I see it's gotta be Adam Driver. It's gotta be Adam Driver. Like, what? I don't even know if he wants to do it. Like,
Yeah.
what if he doesn't want to? What if they went to him and he's like, no? Like,
He's like,
it's
F Harry Potter,
I mean, he
man.
was like, I hate this. No, absolutely not. And
I read that book when I was 12 and I hated it so much I burned it.
yeah, and it's like, okay, well,
Adam Driver's also American, right?
Yes.
yeah.
He's like so
Isn't he from like New York or something?
he would absolutely need to like nail that accent for that to be believable in any. And I think he has the talent to do it. But
I'm surprised they're like
I-
HBO should just go to the BBC circuit and just be like, raise your hand. I don't know if it'd work though. They might have to find the younger people to do it because a lot of the people in Harry Potter are also like in Downton and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, raise your hand if you want to be in Harry Potter.
It seems that easy, right?
Just yeah. Be like, where are my British people at? All right, everybody get on the train. We're going to Wales to find the next group of people.
I think the what was it? The producers that said that they had reviewed like 30,000 auditions for the
kids.
The kids.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Here's what I'll say about the Snape thing, because I've always felt this way, and I'll stick to those guns. I don't care what the actor looks like, as long as they embody the character. I said it whenever there was all the superhero rumors back in the day. Same thing now. If they embody the character, if they play the character well, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yep.
Because ultimately, you're casting actors who can serve the story you're telling. Problem is, most of us already know this story.
Yeah.
So you have to really make it good in that performance. And if that performance is good, nobody's going to complain about it. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. There will be people on the internet who complain about it. But, like...
I'm worried they're going the CW route.
What do you mean?
Like, the dude for Snape isn't unattractive.
Oh,
I think all the teachers are going to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause
Like, Rachel Weisz was McGonagall. Am I going to be watching going, wow, McGonagall is supposed to be like 95, and
I'm into it.
I'm a little too into this. What does
like,
this
what
mean?
are we doing?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, man. I think we talked about earlier how long it takes to make shows. You can't cast somebody too old because they're not gonna make it through the show.
Yeah.
So you gotta be somewhat selective and try to find a balance. I don't know, man. This project it's a huge undertaking. I do not envy the team who is doing this.
Man, I was on board when they first announced it because it was like, yeah, you can go more into the books. I might be really slipping down that slope.
Dude,
now.
it's
being like, we shouldn't be doing this.
if they wanted to do something, they should have done. We've talked about this ad nauseum, all the different ideas you could do for a Hogwarts related show.
Origin of Hogwarts.
Yeah, an Origin of Hogwarts.
Man, I
You
pitched
could
that, like,
even
8 years
do
ago, I
a
feel
story about Snape and how he became a double agent, or like all these different things. They're just gonna retell the same story we've already done, and that's risky. I mean, anytime you're doing something that has as much preconceived notion as this does,
Yeah.
you're asking to fail.
Not
Yeah.
to mention all the baggage now, too.
Yeah.
Because of the writer.
Yeah.
Who I guess they're just not letting go of.
It's hard
She's involved,
when she's that. Yeah.
so
And, yeah. But
Who tweeted? I can't remember who tweeted it. It might have been Paul Tassi, who was like, "You got all the anti-Rowling people on one side, and all the anti-woke people on the other because they're possibly gonna cast Snape as a black actor."
oh yes.
And then he's like, "But 20 million people are still gonna watch it."
whether that be a hate watch or a love watch, yeah.
And just people in the middle who
and
don't
then there's
know
gonna
or
be
care
18,
about any of that
18
stuff.
of those million are just not gonna care. Right.
Yeah, just like J.K. Rowling said, what? It's like, I don't care about.
Oh,
woke,
you're
like,
the
whatever. Just
loco.
like, I
Okay.
just like Harry Potter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read the books. I watched the movies.
Yeah, it'll be something. I don't know, man.
I still have some hope with it. I mean, I will be.
Oh, I'm gonna be there the day it
Yeah.
releases.
I mean,
but-
I
In 5
still
years?
hold to the. I still hold to what I said before with like. The further they take it away from the movies, the happier I'll be. I want this to not feel like the movies. I need it to feel different. I want them to dive deeper into the house elf uprising or whatever. What was that in like Order of the Phoenix? What was it? There was a
Hermione wants to set them free because they're like enslaved or whatever.
Yeah.
All the elves are like, no, we like being slaves. And everybody reading it went, what?
What? Give me more of that. Like, get crazy with it. And then, of course, my whole pitch with, like, the visuals, too, is just don't make it dark, but, like, give me some fun gothic, some, like...
You know what? Just make it animated.
We don't need,
and
like,
R-rated.
Victorian era. Just do what?
Just make it R-rated and animated.
You want your adult animation
Yeah,
in Harry
the
Potter?
thing that I just am so tired of right now. Maybe they should just do that.
Oh, no.
Like, full stop. I think just a full-on animated show of Harry Potter would be awesome. Guess what? You don't have to worry about casting.
Not in the same way.
You can cast a 40-year-old if
Not
you
in
want
the
to.
same
They can
way.
just change their voice.
That's true.
Just your casting voice actors.
Harry.
What was it? Did we bring it up last week? A Studio Ghibli Harry Potter project?
We mentioned it not too long ago,
Yeah.
I think.
That'd be fun.
Or
Let's
was
do
it Studio Ghibli Lord of the Rings? Maybe both.
I know we've talked about Studio Ghibli Legend of Zelda.
Maybe that's
too.
what it was.
Well, Studio Ghibli Harry Potter as well. Why not?
Studio
why
Ghibli
not?
can do anything, though.
Exactly.
Just give them all of the projects.
Other rumors, Coleman Domingo talking to the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter wanted that, so they're getting it.
Of course.
He's probably going to be Kang, because that's what Twitter wants.
I thought they were done with Kang.
Well, if they can get Coleman Domingo to do it.
Oh, they
they'll
need
just do it.
RDJ to kill Kang in the opening of Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah. It's just a cameo.
Just be like, I'm
It's
Kang,
just
and
like John Krasinski. It's just a
RDJ's
cameo.
gonna be like, I am the villain now.
Dude, John Krasinski's going to be in the...
Look at me.
He's going to be in the
I am the
Fantastic Four
villain
movie.
now.
Takes off mask. I am RDJ and I am the villain now.
Yeah. He's going to... John Krasinski's going to be in the Fantastic Four movie.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the rumor is the Council of Reeds, and they got like the old dude from the old movies and Krasinski, all of them.
Can we just like keep it simple? Dude, the multiverse just ruined.
Who played Reed in
MCU.
the old movies, the early 2000s movies?
Ivan Gorbo?
Yeah, he's in it. He was on set.
Can we... more fun news? Look, congratulations to whoever gets casted in a movie. Happy for you. I just don't care about these kind of cameos.
Why would you not have him included in that list there? Oh my gosh. Alright, hold on. Give me a second.
Does Luke not know how to Google?
No, he's Googling just fine, but Google's giving him very different
giving me-
results.
it's like, who's Mr. Fantastic actor? And it's like, Pedro Pascal. And then it's listing somebody from like 1940.
Yeah.
It's like...
And now it's bringing up the Miles Teller one. Oh, here we go. This is the one.
God dang, man. I need you to just work, Google.
I just need to see his name, because I'm pretty sure he was revealed.
It's a... Ian
Yeah.
Grufford.
Yeah, he's
Grufford.
there.
Whatever you say is freaking
So
name.
there was a set picture of him next to
Of course.
Pedro that got out, and everybody's like, "What's going on?" And so then it came out that they're doing the Council of Reeds or whatever.
Lovely.
So Krasinski will probably be in it too.
Lovely.
And anybody else Twitter has wanted in the past to play Reed. Maybe
Yep.
Raul Coley.
Hey!
No, he won't be there.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
won't. Twitter
probably
didn't want it enough.
I would be I'm the only person smart enough in the world to think of Rahul Kohli.
So, yep. There we go. Fun stuff.
Cool. Any
What
other
else
news?
we got? I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
I don't have anything else.
Oh, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League support is ending it after January, after they launch their next season.
Right after their play count skyrocketed because the game costs $3 and a feather right now.
Yeah, and they're adding Deathstroke. They actually did go through with putting him in the game. It's like, oh wow, all right.
Well, I mean, if you finish the work, you might as well add it in, right?
I guess.
Can we officially say that the last 4 years, but especially this last year, we don't need more live service games.
I just was praising Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I know, but like we don't need more live service games.
In defense of that, though,
I feel like Marvel Rivals is enough of a, I don't know.
it feels like a replacement for the thing that people are getting tired of, which is Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
Because they replaced
it's
Overwatch
more
1.
of a proper multiplayer game, though. Like multiplayer games, I think pure multiplayer games should have some level of continued live support, right? Whether that's just mixing up playlists or adding new modes or things like that. But like, that's not what Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was or ended up being. So why did it need to, like, not everything needs to be a live.
Bring
back remake Anthem and don't make it a live service game.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Oh my gosh. Oh. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League felt like a game that was never intended to be a live service that got forced to be one.
Yeah.
Which just felt like the weird trend. Like Avengers.
Yeah.
And probably Anthem.
Yeah.
I also I don't understand the thinking of gaming studios where they're like, this is clearly good enough to replace the 3-4 games that everybody plays.
Yeah.
It's like every year we gotta have a game that's gonna be like, is this gonna replace Destiny? All the Destiny players go play it for a week and they're just like,
not as good.
I'd rather play this game I hate. And that I love to hate and hate to love.
Yeah. But also a game that's had 8 years of polish.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's still janky and broken in places, but...
And like Concord, nobody said it was a bad game.
Yeah.
Just nobody cared.
Yeah.
Dude, Rivals, like, coming out and going gangbusters right after Concord is shut down is, like, such a bizarre... I mean, Marvel...
Also, Concord costs $40. Marvel
Exactly.
Rivals is free.
Free
They
to play.
launched with a bunch of stuff, skins, battle pass.
Yep.
Concord had none of that. It was just, here's a game that you're going to have to pay money for.
And then that's it.
And their beta or whatever was like 2 weeks before the game released.
Yeah.
You got to put that thing out into early act. Like,
Well, we said that when they announced the beta.
Fortnite was in beta for like 8 years.
Still is.
It's been in beta for 8 years, and it's won Game of the Year for live service, whatever crap thing, 7 years in a row or whatever.
Yep.
Or maybe it's Final Fantasy every year now. I don't remember, but like, you gotta earn the audience.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of studios are just like, clearly we have the game for it.
Yeah.
And it's all internal playtesting. Release it.
Dude,
Free to try first.
You want to talk about a free-to-play game that's absolutely going gangbusters? Pillars of Eternity 2.
Path of Exile 2.
I thought it was Pillars of Eternity.
Path of Exile, Pillars of Eternity, 2,
Is it?
I'm making this up.
Pillars of Eternity is what Avowed is in.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Path of Exile 2.
Path of Exile
just
2.
released early access this week.
That's
Yep.
it.
So while it's technically a free game,
You have to pay
you have to
play
pay
it
to
right
play
now.
early.
But it had like 1 million players waiting in its queue, like
Yeah, and
within
it's-
an hour of its launch.
Crazy.
And, like, they're playtesting it right now. And I don't think that's a bad thing to be like, listen, the game's not done yet.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
just pay a little bit, you'll get some in-game currency and cool
Yep.
things. Come try our game for 6 months.
Yeah.
Or you can wait and play it free. You
come
can pick
break
one.
it, tell us what's wrong, tell us how to make
Yep.
it better.
And they put out like half the story in there too.
Yeah.
So it's like you get half the story now, you're gonna get the end game, like, and then when we put the rest of it out, you can come back in, finish that, and then go back to the end game. Like there's ways to do it and there's ways to not do it, and a lot of companies choose to do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this, but I can't say his name. Luca
Doncic?
No. Guadagnino, the director, I think he did No Time to Die.
True Detective guy?
Is that who that is?
Actually, that's kind of sounds right.
I think he directed No Time to Die?
I believe so.
That's the True Detective guy who created True Detective.
Oh no, that's Fukunaga.
Carrie
Yeah.
Fukunaga, yeah.
This dude directed Call Me by Your Name, Challengers, that guy.
Oh.
Apparently he's rumored to be making a Sergeant Rock movie.
Oh.
You guys heard about this?
Yeah.
And like Daniel Craig is apparently who he's trying to get to play Sergeant Rock.
Okay.
I don't feel like we've talked about that, but
No.
I think Daniel Craig would absolutely kill that role. I think it'd be hilarious, but I don't. That's a weird.
It's a
Director
it's
pick.
a good director.
Yeah.
It's a great actor. I don't really know about the character in the story. Like, is the interest going to be there?
Well, he's gonna show up in Creature Commandos, so if Daniel Craig is playing him, maybe we'll hear him. I doubt it, but that'd be
Dude,
hilarious.
that's just the other part of me with like the DCU. I'm super excited for it. But I feel like I'm also going to have to just put up with some kind of nonsense stuff.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's gonna be some weird.
Not that that movie is nonsense. It's just like, man,
But see, here's the thing, and here's where I honestly think those may end up being the best ones. Because Gunn is quirky and weird, and he finds ways to make you care about stuff you shouldn't care about.
But Gunn's not doing it.
But he's greenlighting it, so he's gonna have a ton of notes on it. So he'll.
I don't think he will.
I mean, they had notes for Penguin. They didn't use them, but he had notes.
Everyone gets notes.
Yeah, like they'll have notes, but he's not. It's not gonna be a James Gunn movie. But I bet you, if he's reading the stories that are getting greenlit and being the one to say yes to him, they're gonna have to kind of speak to him a little bit. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but a Sergeant Rock movie, I feel like would just be a war movie. Like, you can't just have I guess you could have a random. I don't even know who he fights. Like, what is
Nazis.
So GI would be in it, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. You're right though. There's gonna be some weird stuff.
It's a really hard way to sell a universe, and I know, like, he said he's not trying to just do the MCU,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It feels like there's a plan, but also it feels like there's no plan.
They're just going.
Like, they announced that slate a year ago,
Yeah, the chapter or whatever.
and now we're announcing a Sergeant Rock movie. There's a Teen Titans movie.
Yeah,
There's
none
all
of
this
which,
other stuff just being announced. It's like, we only greenlight stuff with scripts. It's like, then what was that video you put out?
I mean, he said there was some other stuff that he didn't mention there, and they said they'd be announcing more things outside of it. But yeah, I mean, where's the Booster Gold show? Where's the Batman stuff? Like, none of that has had any development.
They announced a director for Batman.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why did we announce that if there's no script yet?
Yeah, it's a weird.
Delete that video from the internet. Delete that video.
I mean, 2 of the things.
Erase it from my mind.
3 of the things have been. 4 of the things have been.
Creature Commandos doesn't come out. Doesn't count. He was working on it before he was.
Within the
Before
role.
he was DCUC.
Okay,
CO.
so then 3 of the things are officially a go.
Yeah, Superman, Supergirl,
Lanterns. Yeah. Any Hoosers. Next
Apparently,
thing.
Mike Flanagan's whatever that keeps getting brought up every year like clockwork.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be overwhelmed with stuff, and
Yeah.
so it just ruins the brand, like where Marvel's at now.
Fair enough. Any other news stories?
Did the Golden Globe noms came out today?
Yeah.
I'll just say this: I'm not gonna read them all out because Golden Globes are the worst.
Like categories.
In my opinion, they're just the worst award shows as far as movie and television goes. I think there's only 2 you really need to care about, and that's Oscars and BAFTAs. Golden Globes to me always feel bought. It only feels like marketing. It doesn't feel like an actual award.
Yeah.
So if you're upset about something, like Villeneuve wasn't nominated for Best Director for Dune 2. And it's just like, this isn't right. And everybody knows it. It's like, obviously he's probably going to be nominated for an Oscar and a BAFTA. Like, who got in there? Also, yes, the splitting of the categories just frustrates me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one with like musical and comedy.
It's musical comedy, and the other side is drama.
Yeah.
And then with it being movies and television, it's just such a busy night. For TV, the only one that matters is Emmys. Golden Globes, just it's an excuse to have an award show, market your movie, and get drunk for the celebs. It's more of a party.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Which I feel like you can kind of tell, because I think in the Golden Globes they sit at tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the Oscars, they're in a theater and they're sitting in chairs. So that's my biggest dead giveaway.
What else you got?
Also, Transformers 1 wasn't nominated for Best Animated Movie.
Was Wild Robot?
Yeah.
I think it had the most nominations out of
it got
any
a ton.
animated movie ever.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm rooting for that this year.
But I need to I know nobody will listen to this, but just remind the internet, Golden Globes are meaningless compared to, in my opinion, Oscars and BAFTAs or Emmys.
For sure. I would agree.
So don't read into it. The last news story I have. Scrubs is being rebooted, guys.
Oh, no.
I saw this, and I wondered how you would feel about it.
Listen, they continued Scrubs, and JD was not a character in it, and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It didn't work. Bill Lawrence is coming back, and he's the original creator. He worked on Med School, though. I just don't think this works without Turk and JD. Donald Faison and
Yeah.
I don't remember the other. Zach Braff.
Yep.
I think this will be a one-season thing. Or a pilot and no green light.
What was it
Yeah.
on originally? Was it an NBC thing?
I think it was...
Will it be just like Peacock and gone, or...
Well, it ended on ABC.
Did it say where it's coming to? Is it going to be on TV?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But,
Well, here we go.
this is one of my favorite shows ever. And when you have to recommend it to somebody, you have to be like, don't watch season 9. Because it just ruins the show almost. And the ending of season 8 is one of the most perfect television endings of all time. It's just weeping when you finish it. It's so good. And you're like, oh, season 9, let's go. And it's just garbage. Oh. Don't do that. And if we're just going to do the same thing again with new characters, it was like, oh, we got another Daydreamer. What's the point?
Just recreate it shot for shot with the same people.
Oh, I'm an intern. I have fantasies in my head when something says somebody weird. My only friend is the stereotypical black guy. Every show had, 8 years ago. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
I'm sure you're not the only person who's
Oh
upset.
my gosh, dude. I love Scrubs. One of the best shows ever. One of the funniest shows ever. Me and Zach Lopes used to quote it all the time.
Have you texted him about it?
I haven't. I should, though. When we greet each other, we do the eagle. Eagle! Oh, dude, it's the best. Don't do it. Don't do it. Actually, I'm going to Google this right now. Scrubs.
I don't have any other news stories.
Well, I don't either. I know, Tyler, you said you watched something this week.
I did.
You want to give us a little update on that?
Bill Lawrence addresses fan concerns about Scrubs reboot. Quote, we could blow it. Oh. Just do something new!
That's how you instill confidence. Yeah, I went and saw Solo Leveling Reawakening. This is the Solo Leveling finger quotes movie. This is not a movie.
Was it a recap of the season 1 of the show?
It was.
Classic.
Oh my god.
Classic anime.
So it was, and they kind of tell you that in the description, but I was curious what they would add, and they don't really add anything. They just recap the bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the bullet point story of season 1, although they left out a really big plot line that is in the show. But then they
gotta condense it down to an hour and 45.
Well, yeah. So they do that. Well, they condense it down to an hour and 20, and then they give you a sneak peek of season 2, which is basically an episode. And the recap was cool, But I was also like, why am I watching this? Like, I would have paid just to come watch the season 2 sneak peek. I don't really need to watch this again. I remember all of this.
Yeah.
I even remember the things you're leaving out that I feel like are very important. Which, oh, by the way, in the literal opening shot of the season 2 sneak peek, they talk about that plot line that they leave out of the recap, which is the dumbest thing in the world. What I posted on Letterboxd, and then I put it on my story too. I think I put 1 star for the
Oh, yeah.
the recap and 5 stars for the season 2 sneak preview. Where the show ends in season 1, I just didn't feel like you could like. I don't watch enough anime to feel like they could take it up another level from where they end it. And
That's where they fool you.
if you're talking like turning it from a 10 to an 11, we're talking like a 10 to like 100. Like this went bonkers, and I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like an anime.
It's really good. I really like it. I cannot wait for season 2 to get going. If you're into I guess there's a few things. If you like Dungeons of Hindenburg, this might be for you. If you like,
that's not what I was expecting to hear.
if you like Dungeon Crawler Carl, the book, this may be for you.
Do you like the Swiss indie video game?
Because it's about the world. These gates start opening up in their dungeons, and these people get paid to go in and clear them. And it's basically the same thing. It's just turned up to 1,000,000. It's not a
Except it's anime instead of cozy video game.
It's not a cozy video game.
There's definitely fear of certain death for the characters.
Yes. It's really cool. Solo Leveling is a great show.
It's full stop.
Just it's a really good show. They do some really cool like subtle storytelling visually that they don't highlight. You just kind of watch it and you're like, wait a minute, why is that different? And like they do a really good job of doing that throughout the show. And they did a good job through the recap too of kind of like not highlighting it, but like you see it there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can't recommend Solo Leveling enough, especially if you like anime. But even if you don't and you're looking for something a little different, I'd throw that hat in the ring.
Nice.
So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. So it's a Matthew McConaughey. So yeah.
Cool. Luke, you do anything this week you want to talk about?
I mentioned it right at the beginning. I went and saw Interstellar in IMAX this weekend. Listen, that is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I think that is the best movie to ever be on an IMAX screen.
I remember it being gorgeous.
And I feel I can say that now because I've seen Dune Part 2 and this movie in the same year.
Yeah.
And I just gotta be honest, Dune Part 2 doesn't compare. And it came out 10 years ago. It's the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. Like, just some of the shots of the planets and the black hole just bring tears to my eyes, especially when it's just gigantic and crystal clear and I haven't felt my seat rumble in an IMAX in a while. Oh man, but this one I was tingly.
Nice.
I was vibrating, man. It was amazing. I think it's just clearly Nolan's best movie.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad when people are like, didn't like it, or they didn't get it, or they didn't like the love angle or the end. I still won't spoil that movie, but I love the love story. I think that's super unique just for sci-fi, like to even do that.
Yeah.
All the performances, man. Oh, it's so good. It's still in IMAX right now, and they're adding more screens. I heard it made like $5 million.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen it in IMAX, now's your chance. One of the best movies ever.
Yep. We had to try and get it out and catch that.
Maybe I'll go with you again.
All right, I'll let you know.
It won't be in IMAX forever, so I got to make sure I can take it in while
That's
I can.
right. That's right.
And if it's busy, I'll just go see Wicked again.
Fair enough.
The other thing that I did was I caught up on Dune Prophecy.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not near as good as Villeneuve's Dune movies. But man, I'm really digging it. It's super weird.
It's always a plus.
It's like in the last episode, dude, they're doing some things that's just like, are these superheroes, bro? Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
You farting over there?
I wish.
He's playing with the zipper again.
Yeah.
Look at you
Sorry,
go.
it's
I just really, because you don't get a whole lot. You see the other side of it in Dune with the manipulation the Bene Gesserit does.
Mm-hmm.
And in this side, you get to watch their side. And to just watch them manipulate all these people. And then, like, this other storyline you didn't even really know was involved. All of a sudden, they're like, the plan over here is working. And you're just like, huh? That was you? Just got your hands in everything. I thought the first episode was pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Obviously, had my complaints about it. I think all the episodes since have been really good. I've been really, really enjoying it.
what is there 3 out right now? 4?
4. I'm really curious if this is a limited series or like season 1, because it seems like such a big story. But also wouldn't be surprised if it
Wraps up small.
wraps up and they're like, we just need to create the Lisan al-Gaib on Arrakis eventually.
Right.
It's like, we can't work this quick. We gotta really set
Yeah,
it up.
it'll be interesting to see how much
Because how many years
legs
before
this has,
Dune
right?
is?
Like,
like 10,000.
Yeah.
yeah. So there's
It's
not
like-
like this ties
What did
directly
they
into it.
What did they say? It's like 100 years after the Machine War ended.
Yeah, it's not that long after the Machine Wars.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty soon after that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, there's still AI machines in.
Yeah. Which is a very different lens to view the Dune story through. So
It
it's
is.
kind of neat.
It is.
I'll say this too: the show is really pretty. I think they've really done a good job of matching the visual style of the movies to the show.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to watch it at some point.
I think in the last episode they show the like interplanetary ship, the one with the donut
Yeah.
ship. Dude, I want to see that pilot so bad. You show me into the goopy Wormer Man or whatever. I want to see that because we didn't get to see it in the movie.
We do need to. Yeah, I agree. The Navigator.
Yes.
Yes, we need the Navigators. Cool. I watched a couple things this week, real quick. Tyler reviewed it last week, but we went to go see Moana 2. I pretty much agree with his take, so just make sure you listen to last week's episode and you'll know what I think. I do think I spotted a little bit more of the, oh, this was made for TV. Like, not even just in the pacing. You mentioned, like, fidelity-wise, it overall looks pretty good, but I think there's
some moments.
There's some moments, and even with the animation, it felt like it was animated, like with like slightly blockier or something, where it's like
the way the characters
just
heads
there
were
wasn't
shaped.
there wasn't quite as much like muscle movement or like, and it's,
Well, he's wearing a muscle suit.
I don't know. It was weird, but I felt like I noticed, and it could just be with maybe some of the shading on how characters.
I mean, they didn't really use Maui's tattoos at all,
Yeah.
which was one of the big point outs to me. Is like, yeah, they didn't want to pay to animate that.
Yeah. I thought all of the close-ups looked gorgeous, but I thought some of those group shots when you're watching, especially people move, it's like, that feels like maybe it's just not as, like they just didn't have as much time to do it quite as intricately or something like that. I don't know.
There's a handful of dead giveaways. One, I think the Rock's lines
Yeah.
are all like, whatever. You were not here for this.
You recorded this a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The character I talked about.
Yeah.
That one is I think the most egregious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a movie.
Most important thing, my daughter enjoyed it, so.
Yeah, That's a win.
I can nitpick all I want. She had a great time, so I had a good time.
Man, maybe I should go see it. I don't have a daughter. I don't have to worry about.
You would probably hate it.
I won't see it in theaters.
Yeah.
The music is the biggest letdown.
Yeah.
For me, even apart from like some of the weird pacing things and the fact that it was like kind of feels, there's like moments where it kind of feels like The Boat, where it's like this is being rebuilt on the sea, an apt analogy, right? Like we're constantly changing this because of the nature of the project, but the music just did not feel anywhere near the first one.
The only song in my opinion that is anywhere close is Beyond.
Yeah, and I don't even think that one's that close, but that's just me. Just me.
Moana was nominated for the Golden Globe, and it was so funny to read the comments. People being like, "Why the F is this nominated and not Transformers?" I read those.
I give this a Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
It's fine. The other movie we watched this weekend was That Christmas. This is a new Netflix film, Christmas movie set in a small seaside town in England, I believe. Or the UK or Great Britain. I don't know what you want to be called.
Sounds like somebody's going to be falling in love on that seaside.
Some like middle schoolers.
Oh.
I really like this movie. I think it's a sweet Christmas movie that really it avoids a lot of the like over the top Christmassy tropes. It's narrated by Santa, but Santa's not really a part of this movie. You know, it doesn't even really feel like, it feels like a Christmas movie because of the themes, but not necessarily because of they're doing all of the stuff. In fact, part of it is like one of the little storylines is like, you know, there's this giant blizzard and the parents are like getting a car accident. They're fine. It's it's a silly kids movie, so it's a comedy. So of course they're in like this Volkswagen bus that gets turned upside down.
Is it live action?
No.
Animated?
Animated.
Okay.
And so the kids have the opportunity to have like a very non-traditional Christmas, and so they do all these like not Christmassy things, but you know it's all wrapping back into the feels, and I think it does a good job of hitting on the feels, and we really enjoyed it. So I give that one a fanboy worthy. I'm not going to spoil too much of it.
Where'd you watch it?
Netflix.
Netflix original?
Netflix original. Yep. New this year. So probably, I don't know if it's one that will like instantly go into like our immediate rewatches, but like it's good.
Who was Santa Claus?
Brian Cox.
Okay. Interesting. I find Santa castings always extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's always different.
Mm-hmm.
Like David Harbour as a violent Santa.
Yeah, right.
Like, okay. Or J.K. Simmons as Blockbuster, The Rock movie Santa.
The Santa that hits the gym.
Look at that baby.
J.K. Simmons muscles. That guy got ripped for
Tim Allen as Santa.
a movie where he
Tim
did
Allen,
not ever take off his shirt. What movie did he get so ripped for? Was it Batman or
Batman
was
v
it?
Superman.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Or I think it might
I
have
couldn't
been for
remember
a
if there was
different
another
movie.
one that was like adjacent
he
to
said
it.
it was for something else, but then
Okay.
somebody saw the picture and they just
It was
kind of
probably for
latched onto
Whiplash.
it.
Probably
He was
Whiplash.
ripped in that movie, man.
He was.
He's throwing chairs at Miles
Hey,
Teller.
that
He was doing it
guy's-
to be J. Jonah Jameson again.
Yeah. Okay, well, hey, thank you for hanging out with us on this slightly longer than usual episode, but
Oh, yeah, wow.
that tends to happen when we don't have a proper topic.
Well, we're just riffing.
When we're just riffing,
We had to yell about games as a service again.
we're getting, yeah, that's true. That's true. And the state of
Marvel and DC.
Marvel and DC and Disney and all that jazz.
And all that
You know, we're coming to the end of the year here. We've talked about a little bit about how our the show as it is going to be wrapping up. Just so anyone listening or watching has an idea, I think the plan is three more shows. So next week we'll take a break for Christmas.
That's next week.
Christmas is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll do a show next week and then the show after.
And then the show after
Oh my
is on
gosh,
Christmas
I just heard
week.
that so wrong.
Yeah,
It's
you
because you. Oh, no, never mind.
No. Is it because me? My wife and I have this argument all the time about what is this week versus next week, or is it that?
When are we playing D&D next?
This
week.
This Friday.
You typically say next Friday, though.
No,
You'd
I
be
would
like-
say this Friday. I
feel like you would usually say next
No.
Friday.
You guys should fight
We should just fight.
in a mud
That will be
pit.
our last episode. Me and you just gonna box for a bit.
We should make a Jello pool and you guys should fight.
So
with
the
no
week
shirts
after
on.
Christmas, then we'll have the episode there that week, the last week of December. It's like the 30th, and then we'll do our
prediction wrap
our
up.
wrap up on January 6th. So
It's gonna be like a 4-hour episode.
I'm
I
gonna
will make it a 4-hour.
I'll have Stephanie cut the power.
I'll be asleep over here.
I will be live streaming on my phone.
I'll just,
Luke.Zilke on Instagram.
I love
I'll
it.
be
Insta live.
Luke
I
will
love
still
it.
be talking and I'll just be over here.
I will chain y'all to the radiator.
Oh, do I need to get a radiator installed?
I'll just
We can just
I'll
recreate
just tie you to
this.
the chair.
We can recreate that scene in Saw to end the show. It's like, oh no.
No. It will be a happy episode.
We get Luke all make-upped up as Jigsaw.
No,
Yes.
absolutely not.
Yes.
Well, all they did was throw a backwards hat on him. So
Oh, but we can put face paint him.
how do you do? Fellow
You throw that
kids?
hat forwards,
That's-
you can hide
Jigsaw's
anywhere
the
in the
killer.
Marvel
That's
universe.
just his little clown dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The little clown dude.
With the little clown dude.
Oh, you dress you up like the little clown dude.
Yeah.
Do I have to ride a tricycle?
Do you not want to?
I don't want
Why
to.
wouldn't you want to ride a tricycle?
You can ride a regular bicycle.
It's not the challenge of riding it. It's the leg position.
You can just sit in the
We'll
rolly.
get you a
you
big
can
one.
sit in the rolly chair, and you can roll yourself around in the rolly
We'll get
chair.
you a big tricycle, so it's not as like uncomfortable. We're not gonna make you ride like a little tyke where you're
No.
like,
How about I'll allow this if you get a tricycle and a sidecar.
and a rifle.
Because you know I got to take the sidecar, baby. Well, no, a saw.
Well, I guess that's fair. Love
We
my
got Dr.
goodness.
Jigsaw and Puppet Jizz
it. I'm in
coming
it.
together to take some limbs, baby.
Rolling in our
And I'll be the
sidecar
one
trike.
chained up to a radiator.
There you go.
Do you want to play a game as a service? Buy this battle pass.
Buy this battle pass
Yes,
and you'll get
here's
a
my
sharpened
credit
saw.
card.
Buy this battle pass. Oh, studio closed. No refund.
If you buy the battle pass, you'll get a sharpened saw. If you don't buy it, you get a dull one. Good luck.
Oh God, it's the worst.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Actually,
thank you
removed that saw from the game. It was sunset.
for hanging
It's
out
in the
with us.
vault.
Hopefully, we'll see you for the next
Oh,
couple
we
shows
reissued the saw.
as we
Worse.
wrap up.
But here's a cool skin
the
you can
year.
also buy.
Goodbye.
Bye. You can buy the